Good morning, afternoon or evening. Today I've got a replay of a 4v4 tournament match. The first one for our team, which was soon against Teto, the team Teto. I think it's Teto Bowler or something like that. So you can see I start off here. This is the 4v4 tournament on the official Resolution Discord. The link will be in the description for the Discord. And I start off here, second to the front line, as you can see. I'm pink. My teammate here, Donny, is just in front of me in yellow. In the very far north, we've got Vrana, our other teammate, and then Coco here in the back line alone. Obviously the same for both players, for both teams, and let's get into it. Obviously this is quite a competitive tournament, so you can already see people getting ready to Stone Warrior rush, etc. You can see the Stone Cutter going up. But the workers that were sent to try to build bulwarks were seen by the scout of Donny and sent back, and they start building fight pits. So you can see fight pits already coming down here and only just starting the stone cutter from Donny. I'm also only just starting to get my fight pits up, a bit slower than Ricky here. And you can see Ricky's economy is much lower than ours, but he's got fight pits earlier. You can see another blue enemy. A bit of confusion happens later on, and they're red in the back line as well. He seems to be going to be helping rush with a stone cutter being built. The enemy here is not being too aggressive, and over here also not being very aggressive, with most of the aggressive action going to be happening down here with the first bulwark being placed on the front line. It's a bit of idle time from Donny here. Hold on. You can see now Donny's economy. He's got his slingers up and he's got bulwarks. Workers are sent in to kill the bulwarks, but he doesn't send enough. And there's even a tiger here helping him kill these workers. The slingers arrive and this bulwark will survive. Donny is dancing with his worker while repairing, get those repairs in. Although slingers can't damage the bulwark, so it might not be worth potentially losing a worker for that. But you can see the enemy slingers do not have upgrades, only the blue player in the backline does, compared to Donny who has his upgrades, making the slingers a lot better. And you can now see my warriors coming in. Almost going to have the upgrades. You can see if I switch to my perspective, I'm hunting boars now because I don't have any other source of food. There's only a few cows here, which I must have missed, and that hurts me later on. But I'm getting my warriors, I'm getting my warrior upgrades, and I'm struggling a little bit on food. You can see Donny is still pushing here in the front line. Our teammate Coco is already aging up to Asia nice and quickly, and our other teammate is also aging up while building fight pits for Macemen. The enemy backline is also going Asia, and over here we're just trying to scout their base out a little bit with these warriors and maybe deal some damage. The warriors have the armor upgrade and not the damage upgrade. So you can see here I send my warriors in to just try and pick up some damage while the slingers do all the work. Slingers might have been better here, a better option for me to make, but you can see that the warriors actually do manage to stall this player's economy for a second. You can see that he's got no food and almost no wood now, as all of his workers are fighting my warriors. Compared to my economy, which is also no food, but lots of wood. And then Donny's economy, which is very good because he had lots of fish pools to start with. I think he had 2 or 3 fish pools there. And he's starting to spam Macemen, sending his workers in, and he's got slingers. This is a strategy to do with the workers having very high building damage, so he manages to kill him with just workers and a few Macemen, and then pulls out. Unfortunately his workers stay, and he loses his workers. Bit of a miss micro there. He does save his army though, and now Donny has, it must be like 20 workers, Yeah, less than 20 workers because he killed this player here. So now Donny is just defending. Our teammate in the north is breaking down this Europe player's houses, and he's got workers for tower pushing, and some masonry to destroy his houses. He's now switched to spearmen, and it's putting the pressure on the north teammate who was going for horsemen, which is brilliant because if those horsemen were free, he could have sent them over to our backline players and harassed, which is not what we want. So you can see a bit of quiet on the front line here, while the enemy ages up to Europe, although I don't think he's got much economy left. Yeah, his economy's stalled. Hold on. Yeah, this is the same guy. This is the person that's alive. You see the confusion with the two blue players here. Donny pushes forward, breaking his buildings, clearing space, maybe getting some resources out of this. And just trying to rebuild his economy, which is currently non-existent, and surviving on food from the backline. Now we're trying to just figure out whose temple is which, because at this moment we cannot see very well, because of the fog of war. I send another wave of warriors, you can see here. Another wave of warriors. Oops, there. Another 22 warriors come in, and we managed to defeat his slinger army. Actually, two players' slingers army here. So the red player's army and the blue player's army gets killed here. It's quite heavy losses. There's quite a lot of warriors, but Donny quite quickly replaces the losses with slingers. You can see my economy is only just holding on. Donny is starting to stabilise. Vrana in the north is putting a lot of pressure on our enemy here. He's got some towers done inside of his base, and he's got spearmen trickling in just to keep him on busy. And Coco in the backline is starting to go Iron Age. You can see the enemy is still not, none of them are Iron Age, they're all Bronze Age still, which gives us an age advantage already, which is quite good. And you'll see later what Coco does. See now that we're just cleaning up outside the base, so they can't produce units outside and get us from behind, while the enemy switches to warriors, which is probably a bad idea because he had already upgraded the slingers. But I think that might have been a mistake. As you can see, he's still producing slingers, but warriors also. And he doesn't have the warrior upgrades, but he does have the slinger upgrade. No, he doesn't have the slinger upgrades either. Which means his slingers are much worse than our warriors even. You can see Donny tries to get the snipe on this player here with the few macemen he does have while the slingers kill the workers. And I send my warriors in to try to get some kills on the workers. Unfortunately they kill a lot of Stone Age workers of the guy we've already killed. I didn't realise that, but managed to stop building a forge and basically take him out. Not quite kill him, but his slingers here managed to save him while he repairs a little bit, because it's a European town hall, giving it lots of health. And he does manage to sneak a few repairs in before we can kill him. The fight over here is still between the towers. You can see that he's losing all of his spearmen and workers now, trying to destroy these towers, which are slowly increasing. Coco is now Western Asia, he's got his stables, and he's got his Sipaks. Now that the Sipaks are here, Coco's got a pretty good the best economy out of all of us, and now he's sending his Sipaks over to the front line to help us out. Because right now we're being pushed back quite fast. We've fallen back all the way here. Our army consists of my spearmen and Donny's slingers, and he's starting to make some spears. But you can see you've got the Sipaks going through the cliffs here, quite a cinematic shot. You can see them going through the cliffs and in between behind the bases, hopefully trying to get a snipe off. A big mistake here by the blue player at the front line. He must have right-clicked the wood line here, but not built a warehouse, resulting in his workers walking all the way across the map. You can see a big fight here, but due to my European archers having upgrades, and theirs not, and their slingers not being upgraded, my archers win this quite easily. And then you see the Sipax in his base, and the few slingers he does have is just not enough to stop it. You can see slowly but surely he wipes out his town hall, and that's the second player dead. That takes a lot of pressure off of me and Donny, letting us push forward. Vrana now is being countered slowly by rams, but because of this, Kaiser is... where's Kaiser? There. He's got basically nothing left, no economy, and quits after... I think he might have even died. And the Sipax move in onto the last player, Red in the back line. The Sipax go in through the back, and it's an Asia Town Hall, so they don't live very long, and with Vrana's spin in here and harassing his workers, this player is taken out. Leading to a pretty good first game of the tournament, and gave us quite a good fight. So thank you everyone for watching, enjoy the rest of your day, and goodbye.